no cut on it. There's no cut on it. If your feelings getting hurt, you feel like, oh, that's an arrogant motherfucker. No, this is the truth. And the truth hurts.
Bracket the hour, bracket the hour shy, bracket the hour, bracket the hour shy, bracket the hour, bracket the hour shy. Call Allah Mihawa, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kedash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, which are a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity, and those who putting the videos up throughout the week to feed the sheep. It's McQuarrie finna jump in the VA camp, and I'm gonna get right into it.
When I saw this headline, I kind of laughed, and I said, oh, this is so ridiculous. Yet another person claiming it's racist to have a white Santa, you know? And by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. Just because it makes you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean it has to change. You know, I mean, Jesus was a white man too, but you know, it's like, he was a historical figure. I mean, that's a verifiable fact, as is Santa. I just want the kids watching to know that.
Sorry about that. Poor people, everybody's kind of laughing here. I want to bring in now Jamil Bowie. He is a staff writer at the Daily Beast, and then the co-editor of CNN's Belief blog, Eric Maripodi. I'm laughing. Listen, I put this online, guys, and I said, what color is Jesus? What color is Santa Claus? And everyone's like going crazy. What color are you? What's wrong with you? I can't believe I'm discussing this either, but that is the most responses I think I've gotten in a year on social media is when I put that question up. And when I posted something last week about someone who looked like Jesus selling Christmas trees, the internet went crazy. So Jamel, in an article that you wrote, you said that Kelly thinks that the idea of a racially inclusive Santa Claus is utterly ridiculous and that she's wrong. Why is she wrong? Explain that.
I think she's wrong because there's already racially inclusive Santa Clauses. I grew up with a black Santa Claus. All of our Santas were black. All of our Mrs. Clauses were black. Like this, not every family has a white Santa, and I think that's perfectly fine. And I think Aisha Harris's idea that since there are so many different kinds of Americans, that maybe we should simply take race out of the question altogether isn't a bad one at all. I think if we're trying to err on the side of inclusivity, then definitely Penguin Santa makes sense. But to get outraged that...
So first off, the word saint goes back to the Hebrew word kadash, which means separate, and we already know there's only one people who are saints and only one people who are separate, and that's the nation Israel. So if there was a such thing as a Saint Nick, he'd obviously be a so-called black man, just to get that out the way.
At the idea...
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that real quick. Deuteronomy 33:3, it says, yeah, he loved the people. All his saints are in thy hand, and they sat down at thy feet. Everyone shall receive of thy words. Moses commanded us a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob. So this is obviously to the children of Israel. And you go into the word saints, it's Kadash. Now, when you go to Leviticus 20 and 26, it says, and ye shall be holy unto me, for I Yahweh am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. So you go into the word holy, there it goes again, Kadash. So there it is, Israel. We are the saints. So there, saints.
idea that there are non-white Santas is ridiculous, because I guarantee you right now that if you were to walk into the home of an African-American person, almost anywhere in the country, you would find a black Santa Claus and black angels and a black Jesus.
Well, I think you would find a black Santa Claus in every black home because Santa Claus is black in black homes, and
Right.
Santa Claus is white in white homes. Santa Claus is Mexican in Mexican homes. So let me just tell you, Santa Claus to me is a black man. Now listen, Eric, I want to ask you this. I was with her. I understood what she meant in the beginning. I think what she meant. I don't want to put words in her mouth because I've been misquoted about things or people have misinterpreted things. If you look at the depiction of Santa Claus, the popular representation of Santa Claus, if you look at Kris Kringle, then it is a white depiction. I understand that. But there are many who question the authenticity, shall we say, of Santa Claus and Jesus. Where she lost me was a Jesus thing. What do theologians say about the color of Jesus' skin?
Well, when we look at Jesus as a historical figure, you're talking about somebody from the 1st century who lived in the Middle East. So in all likelihood, he would have had an olive complexion.
Okay, first off, in the so-called Middle East, when Yahushua walked the earth, all the nations was over there. Moab, Edom, Ishmael, and Ham. All the nations were over there. So just so to say, oh, he's Middle Eastern, olive complexion. What are you talking about? You people are, and there's no, you ain't got to speculate about it. The scriptures tell you plain out what color he was, which I'm gonna get into in a minute.
We don't really know. What we do know is how artists have depicted him over the years. And like you said, just like with Santa Claus, oftentimes cultures will, it's almost a mirror of who's doing the depiction as to what Jesus turns out. When you go to Jamaica, you see a Jamaican Jesus. When you go to countries in Asia, you'll often see an Asian-looking Jesus. And here in the United States and in North America and Europe, you see a very
I want to say that,
white-looking
Eric.
Jesus.
I want to say that to Eric and Jamel. When you mentioned Jamel and Santa.
And that's a lie. There is no Jamaican Jesus. There is no Asian Jesus. You Google Jesus, matter of fact. We don't even got to talk about it. We can just go there with it. So Edomites, I don't see any Chinese Jesus. I don't see any Jamaican Jesus. All Edomites.
Santa Claus in black families. I mean, you're talking about ornaments and pictures, but not in every black family's home that I went to as a kid that they have black Santas or black Jesus. There were some white Jesuses hanging up on the wall in black homes. As I was researching this, I was researching Santa Claus even in Africa. The traditional American depiction of Santa stands even in countries that are black. So isn't it kind of up to people to decide what their Santa and what their Jesus looks like, Jamel?
I think that's absolutely right.
What the fuck? He just said it's up to people to decide what their Jesus look like. A man that walked the earth. How can you say you're going to decide what he looks like? What the hell?
I think what your Santa, what your Jesus looks like is up to you. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with.
It is not up to you what you feel most comfortable with. Let's see what the scriptures say real quick. So this is John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So he that believes on Yahushua, as the scripture has said. So not up to what you think he is, what you believe he is, how you feel he is, what's more comfortable to you. No, it's as the scriptures have said.
I would agree that when you're talking about the historical Jesus, and Kelly during her segment, she took a moment to say that, we have historical evidence of what Jesus looked like. Yeah, he was an olive-skinned man because he was from first century Palestine. He likely had close-cropped dark hair and dark eyes and looked like his peers and contemporaries. And so on that, Kelly is definitely just incorrect. She's misinformed.
Anyone who has studied the Bible and anyone who knows about the heritage or the roots of Jesus knows that he was a dark-skinned person, and probably wasn't a white man. It's not probably was. He wasn't a white man. He was a darker persuasion.
Yeah, he certainly didn't come from
Jewish, right?
He didn't come from Europe. He didn't come from North America. That's just not where he came from. So Jesus isn't white, and saying that is just wrong.
Okay,
with all due respect to Miss Kelly.
Fuck her respect. She don't deserve respect. She's a damn devil. We got Jeremiah 14:2. It says, Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. So according to the Bible, the Jews are black unto the ground. Okay. So that means that the Jews, which Yahushua was a Jew, who they call Jesus, he's a Jew. So obviously, if he's a Jew, he looks like the other Jews, which they say he's so-called, he's dark unto the ground. The word black is Kadar. So, but now we can, well, let's actually get it though. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 10, saying I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. What thou seest, write in the book. So according to Yahushua, he told John the Revelator, like, yo, man, what you see, write it in the book. Why? Because it's fucking important. Okay? Whatever you see, you write it in the book. Because people say, oh, color don't matter. However you feel he is, that's what he is. Yada, yada, yada. No. Yahushua, he is what he is, a so-called black man. Okay? And he told John the Revelator to write it in the book. It says, Revelation 1:14, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. So they gave you the color and the texture, woolly and white. It says, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. So it says his eyes was a flame of fire because he drank wine, and the white of his eyes turned red. It says, and his feet like unto frying brass, as if they burned in a furnace. So it says feet unto fine brass as they burn in the furnace. Now brass is dark. Now fine brass is even darker. Because fine brass is even darker. And the reason why they describe his feet, because John the Revelator went down to worship him when he seen him. And it says, as the sound of many waters. And a voice had the sound of many waters. Now who has deep voices? The so-called black man. Okay? We got deep voices. Okay, you can hear a Jake on the phone, like, yup, definitely a Jake. More than likely. Okay, our voices are a different tone than everybody else's. Like, it's way different. But the point is, the Lord is not what you want him to be. The Lord isn't what you hope he's going to be. He is what he is. He's a so-called black man. He's austere. And he's coming back to kill and destroy. Okay? Revelation 1:7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so am I. So Yahushua is going to come back, okay, and everybody's going to be crying. Everybody's going to be scared, because when those shits come into the atmosphere, and they're not going to just be here to play and dance, to light stuff up, right? Well, not light stuff up as far as being light, but they are definitely going to be lighting stuff up, because the chariot fire is going to be coming out of the chariots. Matter of fact, we can get that real quick. Isaiah 66:15. It says, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh Bashim El Shai shall be many. So Yahweh Bashim El Shai, Yahweh's going to send his son back, Yahweh Shai, and the slain is going to be many. Because there's going to be more that's going to be destroyed and it's going to be saved. There's only going to be a small remnant. The 1/3 is going to receive salvation. Everybody else is going to be destroyed, except for the elites of the heathen and the Edomites, which are going to be spared so they can go into slavery first and bring back their nations. But with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, which are a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity, and those we put in the videos up throughout the week to feed the sheep. Adawan, Ratazat, Atham, Yakal. Shalom.